So the Atlanta District Attorney, Fani Willis, she has been in the news because remember she indicted Young Thug and Gunna and all the stuff with, his record label. Well, now she says that she's coming after more rappers because of their rap lyrics. She's making, a lot of headway. Some people are supporting her. Some people are not. Let's review it.
The indictment mentions lyrics from a couple of videos.
It does.
And we're going through the lyrics. Many congressmen opposed legislation to limit the use of rap lyrics in prosecutions. Do you have thoughts about that?
I think that I would welcome an opportunity to sit down with Hank Aaron and discuss that proposed legislation. I don't think that it will be successful. I think if you decide to admit your crimes over a beat, I'm going to use it.
All right. So we have a lot of rappers out here. And like I said, I don't understand the snitching on yourself. It's kind of like that MF Doom song, Rap Snitches. You never heard that song? Say rap snitches telling on your business, sitting in court and being your own star witness. You ever heard that song? Right there. Look it up. You say, do I see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. Sitting up here saying something, get the rap label sent up for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to that song. It talks all about that. And that's what these dudes be doing. How you going to go out there, carjack somebody, and then go behind a beat and say, yeah, I carjacked him this day, and yeah, I took his chain, I did this. And they was already investigating that crime. So they sit up there listening to what y'all saying like, oh, shoot, well, he telling me what he doing. Well, man, I'm going to use that because now I know where to go investigate. I didn't even know where to go before. Like, that's dumb. Like, hip-hop is an awesome thing, right? But some of y'all have turned it into something that it is not recognizable to people like me that's seen a lot of the origin of hip hop. And I know we got all this hip hop conversation going on right now. I can touch that a little later in the video, but y'all sitting up here getting mad when they jam you up about these lyrics, when you admitting the crimes. That doesn't make sense.
And you've used that before with previous gang member arrests. What are your specific responses to criticism that you're specifically targeting Atlanta's hip-hop community through these lyrics?
I'm not targeting anyone, but however, you do not get to commit crimes in my county and then decide to brag on it, which you do that for a form of intimidation and to further the gang and not be held responsible. One of the lyrics used in this indictment, just one of the lyrics, is me and my crew striking out, striking in all black. Send me the drop, we'll kick in the house. If we steal a car, we're going to take off the tag. Well, they kicking indoors, committing home invasions, and now I'm using those lyrics that they're admitting to doing that. I'm going to continue to do that. People can continue to be angry about it. I have some legal advice. Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used, or at least get out of my county.
All right. So, I mean, they got you dead to rights if you're admitting the crime. It's no different than you went to YouTube and you came to YouTube in a video and you talking on admitting to a crime that you did. Do you think they wouldn't use that against you? Or you went to Facebook or you went to anywhere on social media and you literally type it in the comment section about a crime that you committed and they actually, saw that or somebody turned that in. They find out who you were and now they're coming at you because now you admitted to something that they literally was investigating verbatim and they may not even had a suspect, but now you admitted to it. They're going to use that mess. See, the old school people that would do street business, that's what they kept it at. They kept their mouth shut. But today, everybody want a clout chase. You take somebody's chain, you win the chain, on social media, showing everybody that you committed a robbery. You sit up there showing guns when you don't supposed to even be nowhere near a gun. You're like, y'all cloud chasing and they can't wait to put your behind in jail. And you know how I feel about that? Just be on with you. I talk to people from Atlanta and ask them, say, what's really going down in Atlanta? I need to know. You know what they say? Man, they wilding out here. They say all these people that's moved into Atlanta, it's not the people that normally was here, and they doing too much. They out here, making it not safe out here for black people, and hell yeah, get them out of here. Get them off the street. And nobody want no crime in their community, no matter where you live, right? So I technically don't take too much of an issue if they're committing crimes like that. Now, I take an issue when they're not committing crimes and all of a sudden now you coming up with RICO charges. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, those RICO charges about, organized crime and all of that, the record labels should be held responsible too, because they put this mess out, and they're making money off of quote unquote organized crime. And these CEOs of record labels don't go to jail. I'm talking about the ones that's not in our community. They're not going to jail. That's the issue that people are having with this situation. You understand? And I think conflating the two, even though that conversation about the record labels themselves is benefiting off of quote unquote organized crime, and usually when black people benefit from organized crime, everybody get jammed up. But these record labels, they never get jammed up. Never at all. Why isn't the people that's over the record label, even the situation with Young Thug, why aren't they in prison for making money off of organized crime? That's the part that we need to focus on right there too. But this conversation about hip hop, it's been just some real silly things going on with this conversation, because, 1 week we hear, Jamaicans created hip hop because of Kool Herc, and Kool Herc came over here, he was 9 years old. He didn't create anything at 9 years old. He came over here, he was kind of lame to people. He had to learn the culture and everything from people from here, and that's how he ended up getting involved with hip hop when he was already here. Now they talking about the Puerto Ricans. Oh, they helped create hip hop. Puerto Ricans at that time, they didn't want to be involved with hip hop. That was called black people music, not to say another word. And then later, you have some that come around, all the b-boying and all the things like that. Then the other day, heard an Italian dude talking about they should be involved with the creation of hip hop. And I'm like, why everybody trying to take our stuff? It's like the people that created, they get jammed up, investigating everything else, but then you want to take what we create. You know what I'm saying? But don't like the people at the same time. And I always say one question when people talk about, oh, they innovated, they created hip hop, or they was involved with it. Ask them one question. How is it that the people that originated hip hop, why do we dominate it? And why don't you dominate it since you created it? Fat Joe, why don't Puerto Ricans dominate hip hop as equal to black Americans? Fat Joe, why? If you created it, then obviously it should be in you to do already. People Italian dude that said that, why aren't y'all dominating hip hop? Why aren't you doing that? How is it that hip hop is dominated by black Americans? Or if someone come over here from a different country that's could be black, they had to learn the game from us, and then they start copying our swag like everybody else do. They leave their culture in their country and they come copy our swag here in America, right? How is it these other groups that say they contributed to hip hop never dominated? Why is it that we still dominating it as black Americans? Everybody want to pick off of our situation and never want to acknowledge their own culture. Fat Joe, why you want to talk about Puerto Rican music and Puerto Rican culture? Italian, same thing to you. Why are you talking about your music and your culture? Caribbean, I'm also say Jamaican. Let's say Jamaicans. You got your own music for sure, and shout out to your music. I mean, reggae is cool, right? But everybody want to pull off our situation. I just bring that up because that hip hop conversation is getting kind of stupid at this point. The originators are black Americans. We created it. We dominated, and that's going to continue, right? Unfortunately, our biggest mistake as black Americans will allow others to distribute our music. And that's where you get the 360 deal from. And that's our fault. We should have never allowed that to happen. Now, this Fani Willis situation and what she got going on, that's not how hip hop started. Hip hop did not start about committing crimes and then admitting the crimes. Matter of fact, hip hop was nothing about criminal activity at all. That's just crap that's going on today. So I can care less if she lock up all them dudes that's committing crimes over a beat. That's not true hip hop at all. That's not. And then you got a lot of offshoots of hip hop. You got your drill music, you got your trap music. There's nothing wrong with drill music or trap music. It's what you talk about in it that makes it either good or bad, right? So yeah, these dudes here that's being silly. If you get hip hop back to its origins, you either had a conscious form of hip hop where it talks about the system, etc. Party music. You could talk about love, like LL Cool J, I Need Love. All kind of things you could talk about in hip hop, right? So these new dudes are doing all this robbing and all that and admitting to crimes on beats. I don't care if Fani Willis lock them up at this point. I don't care. Because we need some real hip hop artists to come out, because these silly dudes out here doing this put a stain on a craft that we created that has innovated the world. You understand what I'm saying? And we should always, as black America, protect hip hop for what it is. It's our culture. It's our music. Now, other people can enjoy it, no problem. You know, you can participate, but don't talk about like you created and innovated because you didn't do crap. Why don't you go create and innovate what you came up with? But y'all let me know what y'all think about Fani Willis here talking about saying, hey, you know, don't admit the crimes over a beat because she going to use it. She say, get out of her county. Well, you know what? I mean, they don't need to be in nobody's county because you don't need to be robbing people. You don't need to be kicking in no doors. You don't need to be doing nothing to nobody. People deserve to have a peaceful life, and Atlanta's a beautiful city. It's a lot of businesses over there that's black business. I like to see that black excellence in Atlanta, and shout out to y'all in Atlanta. You know, it's good to see, but no, you can't let people ruin your city, man. No, they need to go.